Hello there, Professor Torres-Velez here. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to quickly walk you through Brightspace navigation interface as well as the syllabus so that you can understand sort of the logistics of the course. I try to design it so that it's very user friendly, and I hope that's how you're going to experience it. So right now I am in obviously the course shell. What you might see might be slightly different given that this is the professor's view, but regardless of you know the initial look, all of the parts for the course content on Brightspace are gonna be there no matter what view you're using, whether it's the student one or the professor's one. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and start from the home page so that you can see how you can select your course. So this is the basic interface. Let me just show you here in the top corner. You have the key navigation bar, and in here you can find all of your courses and communication. You can send me emails from here. You can do instant messaging from here. This little bell indicates when I send announcements, so you can click in there and kind of see what's in what has transpired in the course. You see I have a bunch of announcements already in there. You can go and check them out. Your username. You can actually add a cool pic, and I strongly advise you to do that so that I can easily recognize you. What else I want to say? Okay, yeah. So let's just select the course, okay? And in this case is Bronx Beautiful, so I'm clicking on that one. All right, so let's see. A few things that you need to pay attention to. All right, let's just go to. Well, I'm just gonna go quickly in here. So this first view that you have in here, it's kind of like a summary of all of the key content components. So as you can see, you have syllabus and course info, course content, very very important. Question and answer one stop writing assignment submissions, one stop journal submissions, and one stop discussion board submissions. Okay, those are the key ones. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the syllabus. All right, I just click on it, and in here there are a few items that I advise you strongly to review carefully. The first one is to cover the syllabus. I'll click on it in a second, but etiquette, please make sure you are familiar with sort of the etiquette rules of communication online. This is to make sure that we have a safe environment in the classroom. So just be mindful of being respectful when you post things online for your peers and for myself, of course, and I'll do the same. Technology requirements. It is often advised to use Firefox in to use these systems. So make sure to use the right browsers to avoid any problems. Oh, interesting. It's twice in here. I'll get rid of this one later on. And then technology requirements. Of course, you'll need a computer, a tablet, to be able to do work in this class. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the course syllabus. All right, and here you have it. From here you can download it and everything else. I'm hoping that you are taking the time to very carefully read the syllabus. I'm not gonna go over it right now. I just want to point a few things that you need to pay attention to. So the syllabus, even though this course is asynchronous, meaning we're not going to be meeting per se, I organize it as if we are meeting 4 times a week, right? This is a very intensive course because it's a summer course, so it's packing in a full semester's worth of content in just whatever it is. I think it's like 7 weeks or something like that, or 6 weeks. I don't know, whatever the summer for this, whatever the length of time is for this class. And I want you to point to a few things. So first, so if you can see, this is a calendar view. You see in here it says the month. It'll have written the month only once. That is, so for instance, this is June 3rd, right? Then this is the 4th. You see the TH, that indicates the date, okay? Don't worry too much about this other number on the right side of the square. You know, this number just refers to the numbers of time we are actually seeing each other if we were seeing each other in a regular classroom, right? So if you want to know what, you know, date is, all you need to know is first look at the month and then look at the day, right? So in here is of course June 13, 12, 11, and so on. But you see, when you go to the next page, you don't have any June, so you gotta kind of remember in what month you are, right? So June, right? And if you keep scrolling, you eventually will get to July. Where is July? Oh, July is in the next page. All right, so there you go, July 1st, and so on and so forth. So that's the thing that you gotta kind of pay attention to. So don't get confused. Don't confuse this number, this tiny little number with the date. It's actually this one on the left. Okay. Good. What else I want to say? Yep, this syllabus is completely hyperlinked, meaning all the readings and documentaries are linked. You can actually just click on it and start reading or watching documentaries right from the syllabus itself. So, you know, you're more than welcome to download it so that you can have it in your computer. And yeah, so that's nice. What else? Because this is the calendar, right? The schedule. You'll have in here the important dates, like when things are due. So kind of pay attention to that. So service learning project proposal due already next week. I set it up in red so that it kind of stand out. So it's right there. Just pay attention to those kind of important deadlines. Yep, that's kind of important to remember. What else? Let's just quickly scroll down to course evaluation. Yes, so in here we have 4 items. So we have the service learning component, service learning project. That's a big chunk of your grade. That's the project where you will have to volunteer some work at a community-based organization. If you click in there, there's a list, or there's an explanation of what the project is, and there are a list of possible CBOs, or community-based organizations that you can volunteer at if you're in the Bronx. If you're not in the Bronx, then it'll be up to you to find something near where you live, where you can volunteer a few hours so that you can complete this project. All right. What else? So we also have journal entries. Journal entries are just basically short paragraph. It's low stakes, meaning I'm not gonna be grading it with a magnifying glass or anything like that. You get the points by just submitting it. And what do I want in there with the journal entries? Well, you are meant to summarize key points on, you know, on a weekly basis on readings and other material, other content material, videos, documentaries that are in the course. Okay, and it's weekly. So it's still weekly, which means that pardon. Which means that you need to submit this. I'm gonna give you, well, ideally Friday night will be the best time for you to submit it. I'm gonna build in an extra time for you. So sub deadline Friday nights, hard deadline Sundays midnight. Okay, so in other words, try to do the readings and the content for a given week's. Have it done by Friday and submit your brief 1 paragraph summary on the readings by Friday midnight. If for whatever reason you were not able to do and you need, you know, a couple extra days, you are welcome to have them. But then the final hard deadline is then Sundays midnight for the journal entries. Okay, so just make sure to try to get those in. As you can see, journal entries are worth 30% of the grade, so that's also quite substantial. Just please don't miss them, because that might hurt your grade. Okay. There is also discussion board postings, and for those, you know, this course is divided in 4 main units. Let me show you here quickly. We have the unit on beauty, and then urban planning is the second unit, and environmental health. Arts and culture is the third, and environmental health is the 4th unit. So basically, there's going to be 4 discussion boards. So let me backtrack in here. Okay, so we have journal entries are weekly journal entries, so you'll have a bunch. But discussion boards, you only have four, that relate to the 4 units. And this is the space where you get to interact with your peers, with your colleagues. So of course, just being very mindful of how you write. Don't say disrespectful things. Don't just keep the level of discourse at an academic professional level, please. But this is the space where you have to interact with each other. You can post questions about the content, you can post comments, reactions, insights, and this is to share with the rest of the class, right? The way in which I set up these discussion boards is that you have to post first before you can respond to anybody, all right? And I would like you to respond at least to one colleague of yours from the class. So that is, you write something. Let's say that you found a reading particularly interesting because I don't know, something stood out to you. You put it there in your comment. Hey guys, I found this piece of information super interesting. I didn't know about it. What do you think? And then once you post that, then other folks might be able to read it and they can write a short comment on your response, and you should be doing the same with other peers as well. Okay, so that's the setup for the discussion board. That's 10% of the grade. And then there is this little thing in here, it's experiential learning short paper. That's nothing to worry about. It's basically all you have to do. It's a fancy way of saying you need to attend to some sort of a virtual event. So please pay attention to what Ostos announcements. They post out all kinds of events all the time. Also CUNY-wide, they post all kinds of virtual events. And so all I want for you is to find one of these events and attend it, of course, through Zoom or whatever, and then just write a little reflection, just kind of like the journal entries idea. Just write that's the same thing, just one paragraph and a reflection on the event. You describe the event, and then you describe also what were the key takeaways. Okay. So just keep it short and nice. It shouldn't be very onerous on you or anything like that. It's just to get you to sample some of the amazing events that CUNY has to offer for you, beautiful students. Oh shoot, I didn't include it in here, but I should have. I will be having both a final video presentation and an introduction video. You have to, and I didn't put it in here, but I'm saying it now. You need to create a short video introduction of yourself, not more than 1 minute. Just there you can explain, listen, I'm such and such. You talk a little bit about what you are in your studies. What's your major. What are you taking in this class, or the major you're taking, and something fun about yourself. Okay, so that's the intro video, and then you also need to do a final video. In which you will discuss your service learning project. Okay. Anyhow, just read this carefully, and later on I will explain in more in depth. These projects, and of course you can always post your questions on the Q&R section of the course. All right. I provide with everything. You don't have to buy any books or anything like that. I'm providing with everything, as you can see here in the hyperlinks of the content. So no worries about spending money on that. All right. Okay, so that's about the syllabus. I'm gonna now move to the course per se. Okay, let me see. Yes. All right. All right. So let's just go to course content. All right, course content. I'm just gonna click in there. Give me a second in here, or there you go. Okay, this is what you're gonna be looking at. So if you can see, this is kind of the same view. I mean, it has the same items. You see a table of content in here. So as you can see on this table of content, the first item selected is the syllabus or course content. And you see the little arrow in here pointing to that. That indicates that this one is selected. It's slightly more grayed out, right? And this is where we were at, right? This is where you access the syllabus, yeah? And other items that you need to check out on your own. For the course content, of course, there you have it, course content. And you see the number on the side, it tells you the number of items within each folder, okay? So this is where you post your questions. So before I go into the actual course content, let's go there. um, you know, there you have it. This virtual space is for you to ask any course-related questions. Students who carefully read and understand course logistics and also actively participate in answering their peers' questions are a crucial part of our learning community and thus are welcome to answer questions. I will also be answering questions. Here are some of the rules of engagement. Again, as I say, please ensure that you're oopsie, that you have carefully read the syllabus and explored the course shell on Brightspace before posting questions. This is very important. Um, just take the time to become very acquainted with the syllabus, okay? Before posting questions, ensure you have read previous posts that address your questions or in case they have been answered already, and of course be mindful of language in this set of public spaces, okay? Alright, so let's see. Let's go to course content. Bam. There you have it. The course content on Brightspace, of course, mirrors what you see in the syllabus, okay? And you'll find the same set of and therefore you'll find the same information. So for instance, in here we have unit 1, right? So let's go to the syllabus, bam, scroll down, and there you have it, unit 1. And these are the days and the weeks and all of that. So let's go back to here. So there's 1 and 2, class intro. I give you a brief summary of what you'll find in each one of these days of content, okay? Here is the full unit. Oh, this is all referring. So let's go to day 1, all right? Click on it and 1. This is this is the same order you will see every time, right? You first see the lecture, then you have the readings, and then if there is a documentary or movie to watch, there is there. And this is where you will be posting your journal entries after you've done the reading and watching the documentaries and watching the lecture, right? Write a short paragraph for each reading and video assignment for this unit. Kindly paste your text within the text box. So, you know, after you've done this, you can come here and write your little summary. I actually advise you to write it first on a word processor in your computer, your tablet, your phone, whatever you use. Save it there, and only after you're done with that, you can come here and paste the content of your post. Okay, and so that's what I will require. I don't want anyone uploading any sort of file in here. Anyway, you won't be able to do it unless I allow you to. So there you have it. Oh, you go. This is, you see, this is the icebreaker little video that I was telling you need to do. If you click in there, explain that you need to record, you know, a little bit introduction, and this is where you can submit that little bit introduction, okay? Let's go back. Alright, so again, it's gonna look a little different, but you know, for the most part, this is what you're gonna see. So this is day 1, day 2, and then if you see, same format. Lecture, readings, here are the service learning options, this is the journal entry, and this is already the one of the assignments, you know, due, which is I think for next week. I think it's the first assignment, the first, you know, slightly higher stakes assignment than the journal entries. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you navigate the different units. Okay, yeah, there you have it, unit 2. Urban, same format, so it's going to repeat itself, okay, over and over and over, and that's how you navigate through here. Now I want to show you something in here. You see at the end of each day of content, like in this case day 1 and 2, right, you have a journal post due, name, day, you know, journal 1 and 2, and so on and so forth. And when you go to the next one, it's 3 and 4, and so on, so on and so forth. So in order to submit your journal entry, you gotta go to the specific days that you're gonna be of content, right? That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is that I created this kind of redundant folders where you can see all of the, for instance, journal entries in one single place. So you see in here, Let's say that you completed reading the material for days 7 and 8. Instead of coming here to course content and kind of look for 7 and 8 like that, you could simply just come here to journal entries and you find it. So it's basically the same, right? You can either access the journal postings through content section or through the one-stop journal submission section, okay? And the same with assignments. So assignments typically, let me show you here in the syllabus quickly, right? So we have in here that the first assignment is June the 10th. Yeah, service learning project proposal due, yeah? So that was on, yeah, week 2. Okay, let's go to the, so that will be, let's come here, course content. So that's week 2. So if we keep scrolling down, eventually you'll see that assignment, right? Where is it? Where is it? Discussion board, discussion board. And oops, I guess is the following week. Let me see. Let's go to revamp line. Short paragraph. Alright. I just saw it. Where did I see it? Sorry, folks. That's why I included an extra folder so that you can find where to post. Oh, there you go. One paragraph project proposal. So it was in day 3 and 4, right? In day 3 and 4, you can find that. Or you know, as you see, it can be kind of tricky to sometimes to find where to post the assignments if you go into the content section, and that's why I created this redundant folder where I consolidated all the assignments. So for instance, in here, as I mentioned, we have all of the journal entries submission, and in here you'll have all of the writing assignments. So I'm gonna go there, and this is what I'm talking about. So you see, we have in here the experiential learning short paper. That's the one that you have to attend a virtual event through Zoom, right? That's the one, the short one. And then the one paragraph, you know, abstract, so to speak, or proposal, it's in here. And then the service learning data project is in there. So you see all the slightly bigger writing assignments are all consolidated into this folder. So this is a quicker way of finding where to submit your work, okay? But to submit, all you have to do is click on it, and you will be able to do the same thing as you did with journal entries, which is you first write the assignment on a word processor, save it on your computer, tablet, phone, whatever, and then after you're done with that, you can come here and upload just the text. You copy and paste it and post it, and that's how you submit your work. So you have, again, journal assignments in here, all consolidated. You have all of the writing assignments, all consolidated, and all of the discussion board, all consolidated. So I mentioned it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you have beauty, urban planning, arts and culture. Oops, this one repeats in here, so it's actually 4. I gotta delete this one. I'm sorry, I don't know why I put that one, extra one in there. Anyhow, no worries. This is the same thing, so it doesn't matter where you post, it's gonna show up because it's the same submission link, whether you see it in the one stop or whether you see it within the content. I hope that's clear. It's to simplify your life. Okay, that's why I created those redundant posting spaces. What else? What else I want to say? I think that's basically it. I'm summing it up. So just one quick thing. Sometimes students use the discussion board to post questions about the logistics of the course. Please don't. If you have questions about the logistics of the course, just post them here on Q&A question. Okay, that's where you're gonna post your questions, and either other students that might know the answer or myself will be answering them. Okay. One last thing I wanted to mention is also that I might be tweaking this site a little, and the syllabus might still be subject to a few minor changes. And if and when I do, I will let you know. So no worries about that. Of course, any of the changes will not affect what I discuss about how you're gonna be evaluated, how you're gonna be assessed in this course, right? As I mentioned, these are the main. Where are they? Okay, the course evaluation. These are the main things that I will be evaluating you. Okay, so that will not change. But I might still tweak the site a little because I'm still working on it. All right. I think that's all for me, folks. It's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you a little better through that short video introduction. Professor Torres-Velez, I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm very excited. I'm a medical anthropologist, and yeah, I can't wait to meet you. All right, folks. All right. Bye now.